the sun, you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice, raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New. Yeah.
Boom.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is August 2nd, 2022. It is 2:14 a.m. and this is video number 2, my back end. And let's go on Twitter and continue. I did video number 1. It had to do with humanitarian and stuff like that. Okay, I spoke about Well Central Kitchen. There's the last video I shared. Elton John organization, Okovango, Bianca Chopra talking about what's going on in Ukraine, and I think there was one more. AIDS, that's Elton John. There was one more. Okay, so I have another video. Okay, so check video number 1. All right, let's start video number 2 now. This is the first tweet. I think it's focused more on the squad. Okay, happy and blessed August. Okay, there's a picture of Meghan. The squad put it together. This is what I mean sometimes when there's really nothing to talk about, the squad just create their own thing and then start a conversation. Okay, for the creed, okay, she's giving credit to the person who did the video. I'm saying video, the picture. Who is that? Okay, Princess Diana and Duchess Meghan's first and foremost. She has 3,705 followers. Okay, maybe I should follow her. Oh, I am following her. Okay, I almost unfollow her trying to follow her. If that makes sense. Okay, Henry's wife is gorgeous. Happy August, man. Okay, lovely August to you. Okay, so she's responding. Harry knows how lucky he is to have found his soulmate. Yep. All right, birthday month for this beauty. All right, I think the 4th is her birthday. All right, let's go to the next tweet. All right, next tweet. Meghan girl come see, the girls are thirsting over your man. Okay, how I'm washing to the dance floor if I hear America has a problem. What? What problem? I guess one problem for sure is gun problem. Okay, there's music in the back. Why are you snitching on us? She is understanding, unlike her man. She might let us look. Her man, on the other hand, will be like, don't even look. Okay. Harry is very protective of Meghan. Okay, snitches get stitches. Okay, it's always this clip, whoa. Okay, I probably could have salute him without even rolling my eyes. Again, was it? Is it definitely yes to that one? Okay, that's that. The squad are just being silly. Okay, well, she can blame us. William will give his left ball to his, oh my god, to this to happen to him on video. Oh my god. Let's not mention him here. Let his followers mention him. Next tweet. Okay, Meghan deserved the Presidential Medal of Freedom for bringing Harry to the USA. Okay, I don't know how any American can hate Meghan. She took the hardest prince for us. What a patriot. Prince Harry. She grabbed her bag and then she bounced. Look at him. Okay, let's see here. There's me. USA, USA. Go Meghan. And making them two gorgeous world babies to live and thrive in America. Yes, damn, that's good looking man. Alright, the squad being silly. Alright, next tweet. And this is something he's like, I wish I've done that 4 years ago. This one was so cute. Okay, I don't know how to explain it, but this cat looks like Prince Harry. When I first saw it, you know what I thought about? That video that I made where I showed the cat like walking, okay, and then the boys were laughing that look at that small little kitty. Little did they know inside that kitty is a lion. That's what caught my mind. Is there music? Yeah, there's a music. Alright, let's see here. There's me here. Yep, the line. I couldn't find a perfect GIF, but this one was good enough. Okay, I was about to drag you for having audacity of thinking of the responsibility of, hold on, look closer, look closer. There's the crying and start laughing. Your cat indeed looked like a ginger avenger, and now I can unseen it. There's this, oh yeah, you can see the love in its eyes. What is it? I used to have a cat, and for years the cat was fine, but for some reason after I had my first child, guess what happened? I was allergic to the cat. I gave him to my sister. The cat was fine, and then the same thing happened to my sister. And then I don't know, she had to give it away. Okay, I missed that show. Let's see. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur, happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr purr purr. I missed that show. He was hysterical in it. There's this here. But for some reason in this picture it looks like a lion. Look at it. It looks like a lion. But the color. Okay, LOL, I love it. That is a handsome ginger kitty. It does remind me of Harry. Alright, so there's more. The squad being silly. Next tweet. There's this here. Which of these men earned their own money, pays their own bills, and has been a faithful husband? Abolish the monarchy. The conversation. Yep, there's Harry. My goodness. Alright, let's see here. You know, the thing is that with the monarch, if they just mind their own business, for some reason with that freaking spotlight being overshadowed and all of that, my goodness, this is what's gonna, you know, probably abolish the monarchy. Because if they just mind their own business, the squad will not be into theirs. Well, we're not really into their business. It's just each time they go after Harry and Meghan, we have to expose their ass. Just leave Harry and Meghan alone. Look at Harry, all sharp and everything. Damn. Proud of his wife. And he did say he knows he's always make mistakes, but this one, he know he got it right.
And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
Okay, the one who is crucified on a daily basis for leaving the country. The British media and the Windsors are livid with Harry and lovely Meghan. They have lost their very favorite scapegoats. Yep, only if they had just mind their own business. Royals and the media are like an abusive relationship. When one eventually leaves the relationship, the abusive ex won't let go. King Harry, the only one, is our ginger king, and the solid blue tie. Okay, the ginger avenger, Prince Harry, which is most faithful to their spouse. Oh my goodness, did people, nobody voted for Charles and Andrew. Let me read it again. Which is most faithful to their spouse? Let's see. Nobody did Andrew. What? They even put William? Okay, I guess they just wanted to see. The haters went there. And there's this, there's that. Prince Harry, husband of Meghan and father to Archie and Lily. Okay, oh, I know. It's His Royal Highness Prince Harry Charles Albert David, the Duke of Sussex, Earl of Dumbarton, Baron Kilkeel. Alright, the youngest one wearing the blue tie. Alright, so this one is good. Prince Harry, Diana's second son, the yoga guy, Harry. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. These tweets are things that I was looking at or that I saw before I saw the thing about Yoko Vango and things like that. Nothing more really happening until I saw that first tweet from that video number 1 regarding Yoko Vango, and then I sort of shift gear and look for more significant tweets to share. But these were the ones that were just flying by. Okay, how far is UK media going to hurt Harry and Meghan? Now we see some new narrative they had brewed. 1. Unhappy in the USA. 2. Urged to accept Queen's olive branch after betrayal. 3. Meghan Markle meet Prince Pedro and Ghislaine Maxwell before meet Harry. Seriously, British media need to stop playing with narrative. Alright, let's see what he shared here. Okay, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle not enjoying life in US. Okay, you think being in the UK will be much better? Royal family live. Royal family live. Meghan and Harry urged to accept Queen's olive branch after betrayal. Oh, so now they're admitting that they did betray them. Okay, Meghan and Harry urged to accept Queen's olive branch after betrayal. So now they are admitting that Harry and Meghan were betrayed by the institution. Okay, that's good to know. Did Meghan Markle meet Prince Andrew before Harry via Ghislaine Maxwell? What? This type of people are not in Meghan's circle, so there's no way. My goodness. Now they're trying to smear her name along with these infested, vile people. So this is my answer to this. Well, you gotta give credit where credit is due. First, they're testing the squad. Second, they have to throw shit to see what will stick. The one that stuck, okay, that's the one they'll run wild with as per their usual. Right now, they are... This is what they're doing, test. This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcast system. This is only a test. In my humble opinion, of course. 5 people like it, 2 retweet. There's 2 comments. Let's see here. What's the other comment? People are just laughing. What else? Glad to be aware of the snake. They do worse than linking poor Meghan to Ghislaine Maxwell. They make her part of Jeffrey Epstein ring, etc. Earlier today, I've asked that Carmen Perez, aka Kirby Summers, be reported for the damage she causing Meghan, who didn't work for Epstein or knew that a lot. So this person is claiming Meghan. Okay, yes, I also find it appalling that a money-grabbing group of media are rubbing their hands and making the British rejoice that a couple are to be thrown to the ground, bash for bash. These right-wing journalists are criminal to me. Nobody controls them, nobody regulates them. Okay, there is no law or punishment for media individuals as they think they get away with lies, misinformation, and narratives twisted, yet the police, lawyers, politicians, citizens, etc. had to obey the law. It means we will have to take matter in our hands, attack their circles. I just stay in my bubble. When they come in mine, that's when I defend myself. But I'm not gonna go and whatever. Like when, you know, those things come into my timeline and it's worth sharing, like those video clips, then I have an answer for them. Okay, Duchess Meghan was and still mistreated here in the UK, but only a tiny people of color here fight for her, or maybe for her. That is true, because at the beginning, when I was screaming, I was like, what the hell is going on over there? Nobody's defending her. I guess the mentality over there was so, you know, the hush up thing. I don't know. I cannot speak for people over there, but it really got me. It really got me, where I even got to the point of redoing my intro because of the foundation, the organization that I put on my intro. Then I thought about it and I said, just forget about it. Leave it as is. Think of the people Harry and Meghan are helping. Because, you know, I was really disappointed in some people over there. But I think little at a time, you're seeing it. Or maybe, okay, let's give credit where credit is due. Perhaps I didn't come across their tweet. Perhaps I didn't see some of their tweet. Because many of these people, they don't have the mic. They don't have the platform. Okay, so let's be clear about that. Maybe they were doing their part, but they don't have that huge platform that the others have, where their voice will be like a little squeak in a mountain of, it's like a needle in a haystack, this kind of thing. Maybe I didn't come across that, but what I was seeing, I was very upset. But when I come across small things, I share with you and I take some of my words back. Maybe I didn't see this. Okay, so let's give credit where credit is due. Perhaps look at Dr. Shola, for instance. Oh my goodness, Dr. Shola, for example, she's a freaking lion over there, but yet she's around all sort of snakes, you name it, all sort of giants over there, but she's fighting too. So I take my word back. At that time, I didn't come across Dr. Shola. It's to the squad, okay, who share some of her videos, and that's how I know of her. So there were some people who probably were doing the fight, but I didn't see it. But because I didn't see it, I was kind of upset about that. Alright, but something came to me out of my anger when I was about to redo my intro, and I was like, you know what, think of the people they're all helping. Just think about that and then just leave it. And this is why you still see the intro like that. And I think I added where I actually improve on it slightly. Just add the part where Harry and Meghan stood on the balcony when they went on their trip. So I added that, but everything else remained the same. All right, so let's continue. If it was not the initiative taken by Michelle and her wonderful co-host to Sussex Squad, the Sussex will receive all the global support that they have. Royal. And the thing is that, yes, this is a must. We must give Michelle and Tina the prop that they deserve. They were there from the get-go. But I think eventually, little at a time, taking Michelle and Tina aside, okay, because they saw it right out of the gate, they deserve to be on the pedestal for that. They deserve that. But I think over time, the same way that I was able to get angry, like each time I poke in and see how Meghan is doing, it's negativity, and then it was through that made me went back onto Twitter. Other than that, Twitter will just sit there collecting dust. I wanted to see who else was talking about Meghan. Did they see what I saw? Okay, because it took me a while. And then long and behold, the first person I encountered, bam, Tina and Michelle, one of them, whoever was managing that account that time, because they had put a post out there, and then I respond to it and I tag, I believe, Omid into that post, and then whoever was managing it told me to take the post down because I tag Omid in it. She didn't want Omid to be part of that conversation. So, and whatever. So this I've explained before. All right, but I think little bit at a time, different people will start coming and say, let me see, who else is talking about Meghan? Who else saw what I was saying? The same way that I saw it. But Tina and Michelle had already created that circle. So give prop where prop is due, because it's through that many of us came out. Many of us will just mind our own business, take care of our babies, our bills, and all of that. But for some reason, with our multitasking skills, we set a time aside to make sure we support Harry and Meghan, and then we go our own business. long and behold, many of us are going through so much. Someone in my comment section put something, one of the squaddies lost their husband, and sometime last year I think one of the squaddies lost another loved one. So squads are going through a lot, but they want to make sure to set a few seconds of their time for Meghan and Harry and their little family, because they need that support. So many times, yeah, I think eventually we will come and come together at some point. But Tina and Michelle started it, create the platform already, make us come together, and then we share our collective, ideas, and be silly when we have to be silly, and support one another when we're at our lowest point and stuff like that. All right, so eventually I think we would have still come, but it happened the way it did. We just accept it and give credit where credit is due. Tina and Michelle. All right. Did I finish with that comment? If it was not the initiative taken by Michelle and her wonderful co-host to Sussex Squad, the Sussex will receive all the global support that they have. All right. True. Also, the white descent people around the world can see the bigotry, sexist, and racist in the UK media, and UK people's culture is more of aristocracy, anarchism, and middle to old people enjoying the power. Even Queen cousin Michael wife is huge racist. I wish to stomp on her watch. This is what I say sometimes. Not all all white people are that bad. I always reserve certain part. I don't want to sound, how will I put it? You know what? Let me just leave it alone. There are some really good people. When you look, even during Martin Luther King time, there were some white people who were helping him with the cause. I think Bernie Sanders was one of those people. All right, so there are some little pockets here and there. But the thing is that many of these groups, their mind are so empty. Many of them have good intention, but their mind are so empty. When minds are empty like that, for decency, all right, they meant well, but for decency sometimes they lack of. So which is where those misinformation, the nonsense come in and fill in that spot in their mind and allow them to be manipulated. It's more like there is a void in there, somewhere in their mind, that lack of. So when a misinformation or something that could easily persuade them, that void is filled in within that empty void or space in their brain, and it consumed them. They could easily not only manipulate it, but be guided to do negativity. I don't know if I'm making sense, but in some aspect, this is what I'm thinking. So the lack of judgment, to critical thinking, to stop and think, all right, if this is that, why not this and that? But instead, many of them, not all, okay, I have to make this very clear, not all, but a good portion, where the lack of critical thinking, I'm not saying I'm that perfect of a critical thinker, but sometimes people need to stop and think and say, if this is like that, why not this? Like, for instance, how did we come from having President Obama to Trump? And then when President Obama was trying to do good thing, one of the things I've mentioned before, President Obama wanted to put Wi-Fi in rural area. Okay, all of them, because President Obama is black, they refuse to push forward, or at least talk to their representative to push for that to happen. But guess what? With YouTube now, you see all sort of things. There are times I'm watching freaking cowboy of all things doing those horses, what is it, how do they call it, their feet, I don't know what they call it, who's cleaning and putting the horseshoes and all of that. Sometimes I watch that. Okay, so many of these people, if Wi-Fi were available, many of them will be creating more videos to put on YouTube, but because of their stupidity, lack of judgment, lack of critical thinking, to say we will need Wi-Fi in the future. Okay, since President Obama is pushing for it, yes, I would like to have that. But what happened? their representative who being paid by big money makers or whatever, pay them to stop Obama from pushing for that. Okay, when in fact you will need it. All right, so these are lack of critical thinking. Sometimes I say these people are lack of. Who cares if it's a black person who initiated? But now many of them can't even have that. Like for solar, many of them homesteaders are trying to be energy free, create their own kind of thing. So there were so many programs that President Obama was trying to create for this thing to be happening much quicker, but they halt them. But who's suffering? President Obama is living his best life. Okay, he was trying to do the good thing. He saw that the country need and trying to push us further, but instead, what happened? There's Trump push us back, way back. Okay, way back instead of moving forward with focusing on things that Trump have destroyed and trying to rebuild. I don't know, we're not even in the part of rebuilding because we're still trying to deal with his BS. Okay, we can't even move forward. These are lack of critical thinking. Many of them are not thinking properly. Put a whole bunch of Supreme Court who push us back. Lack of critical thinking. It's not like we weren't aware. It was right there. They told us. But yet, our lack of critical thinking, we pick people that is against our own interests and all of that. And then there's this. This is why sometimes I don't even watch the January 6th. I just want to see how they're going to deal with it and then focus on other thing. All right, let's leave this alone. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, I went off. The whole point of that is that not all white people are like that, but many of them are lack of critical thinking, and they meant well, but because their mind are empty, looking how they're trying to create education to move forward. Instead, they removing stuff, prevent them from learning some more things, and that section of their brain is empty, and they rather fill it up with bullshit. And this is what creating the lack of judgment. Critical thinking. All right, so this one was at the beginning. I rearranged it. I've shared this video before and it popped up on my timeline. I thought I'd share it again. Okay, she tried to tell everyone she hit it on the nail. Okay, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's listen.
I mean, it struck me, a couple of things just struck me, that, you know, there is a complete identity crisis with the royal family. You know, is it a public institution? Is it a brand? Is it a private family? And we have to work out what it really is. And when it comes to being a public institution, then the transparency and the accountability should be the same as any other.
Okay, I think it was through there when I heard this part and I said, let me share it. Because I put a note right next to it, again, because of Prince Philip's will. Okay, there was a comment a while back. I responded. So I wanted to revisit this when I got to this part and I said, let me share it again.
Being a public institution, then the transparency and the accountability should be the same as any other.
Okay, so the institution, the monarchs, keep on saying they public funded, they all of that, but when it comes to certain things, they want it to be private. So now the reason I wanted to bring this over is because of Prince Philip's will. And one comment I said, I could understand the judgment that this is a private matter, because it is a private matter. However, if the institution claim they are public figures and then they receive taxpayers' money, therefore Prince Philip's wills should be made public. We need to know what he did in his will. Why? Because during his lifetime within the royal family with Queen Elizabeth, I believe he is a royal, but from a different part, Greece, I believe. They kicked them out and then whatever. There's a whole history of him. Okay, before after escaping Greece as a child. Okay, but the public of the UK was upkeeping him ever since he married into the royal family. So therefore, once he passed, his will should be made public. So that was the main reason I wanted to bring this video back again. Okay, however, if he was not receiving taxpayers' money to upkeep him within the institution, his will, I don't give a shit. I don't care. That's his money. He earned it. He did what he needed to do with it. He gave it to whoever he wanted. But the part of being a public figure, you receiving taxpayers' money, that housing you, feed you, give you transportation, you know, the best public transportation you could ever have, the best security you could have. So therefore, your will should be made public. So I'm not in the UK. This would be my argument if I was a taxpayer in the UK. But I'm not, so this means shit. Okay? So that's my opinion. Let's continue.
If it's going to be a brand, then let's be clear that we're peddling a myth, an image, a brand, and we don't want to dig under the bonnet of that too much. If they want to be a private family, then you have to step out of the, you know, you have to step off the stage, because you can't kind of have it all ways.
That's right. This always hit the nail on the head. If you're gonna be private, guess what? Be a private citizen. And I think the best thing for them right now, before, I've said this before in other video, but I don't know if it was when I was sharing this video. Right now, before things get worse, because at some point, everything must come to an end. Nothing lasts forever. If the people get angry and start chasing them, same thing that happened to Prince Philip's family in Greece, where they had to run out of the country for safety. Okay? So make amends, separate your ways peacefully with the people, so your ass could stay in the country, because it's not that good all around the world. Where are you gonna go? Okay, look at Harry, for instance. He left. Right now he's living in the US peacefully doing his thing. Now with the thing that came with Prince Charles taking money from Osama bin Laden's family, I don't know if the US will want to house him. Where else can he go? What is it? Ukraine, there's war there. Russia, I don't know. If you look at Russian history, what they did to the Romanovs. Okay, they wiped them out. And who else? What other places? I don't know. New Zealand, I don't know. I really don't know. And this is the time for them to cut ties and said, we're not gonna accept your money, or start figuring out something. I don't know, to start cutting ties. But instead, these people, they never learn anything, but instead they're doing more and more nonsense, more and more nonsense. And then you have foot soldiers. Okay, foot soldiers are those people that do their dirty work for them. Okay, or going along. Without foot soldiers, these people will not be in that position to get away with their nonsense. Alright, so let's continue.
Come back to this brand idea, which I think, you know, to Tom's point about what is the value of the royal family. If you're going to be a brand ambassador for £65 billion, you know, brand, then you've got to live, as any brand does, with a sort of authenticity and integrity. And I think one of the things that really frustrates me is the mythologizing of the royal family. The fact that there is a sort of fairy tale peddled, which bears no relation to reality, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. They got people around the world fooled at. But with their stupidity, can't leave Harry and Meghan alone. Okay? People are seeing them for who they are. In terms of integrity, they have none. They have none. They can't go any lower than low. Alright? So, let's continue.
Have this sort of, as I called it in the chat, this sort of institutionalized deference that doesn't allow us to ask the right questions and more importantly get the right answers. So when it comes to, you know, the sort of the huge interest in Harry and William, we know that there's a whole side of that story that has not been reported by the British media. We know that there are rumours of alleged infidelity on William's part that the UK press just will not touch. And frankly, you know, if Harry has buggered off to Santa Barbara, having been on the receiving end of such extraordinary press coverage while his brother has not received a single.
Yeah, that's the foot soldiers doing William's dirty work for him. And this interview, I saw it before William came out and dismisses his mom's words. All right. And as we move forward, William is getting worse and worse and worse. Alright, so Dinah's just gonna scoop over and said, get him for me.
I'm gonna just scoot on over and let you whack him. Get him again. Get him for me.
And, you know, puts out 10th anniversary wedding videos that look like Bowden and Peter Jones' offspring after a drunken night out. You know, I'm not surprised he's walked, because he's actually lifting the lid on a really skewed system of behaviour in the UK.
Thanks, Ted.
Okay, so it's done. It's the voice is a bit the audio doesn't match the video that much, is out of sync, but she's spot on. Every time I watch this, she's spot on. And the reason, like I said, I'm sharing it, I wanted to see if I have something new to say, but mostly because of the Prince Philip will that they decided to make private. Yeah, like I said, I agree. I could understand the judgment of that, because this is a private matter. It is. However, the royal family wants to play all corners. They are private, they are public. When it comes to getting taxpayers' money, they are public figure. When they want to shield certain things they don't want people to do, that's private. But yet they are into Harry and Meghan's business 24/7. They don't give a damn about anything about private or public, where Harry and Meghan are private citizens. All right, let's see this. Okay, where is this from? I like to see the entire interview. She is on point. All right. For everyone asking, this was debate from July 2021. Yeah. Let me bookmark this. Maybe at some point I go watch the whole thing. Okay, there's more to it, but I've shared it already. She wanted to say even more. There's this. Okay, if you want to know what the royal family is, go ask MI15 and MI16. Was it M16 and the UK and the CIA and the USA? Team Queen Elizabeth II are connected to both. Okay, don't fall for the Team William versus Team Harry thing either. Okay, preaching to UK as private landowners of huge swath of UK during lockdown from one or two of a selection of vast places, whilst malnourished families are incarcerated in tiny flats. What could they possibly have useful to say? Kensington Royal, footballers. Okay, let's see here. She did, when it comes to the monarchy, people will rather eat their own poo before admitting that it's full of irrelevant scammers. That's true. Okay, the bit about privacy is nonsense. Everyone deserves privacy. The belief that public figures don't is what led to the phone hacking scandal. You see it at the end where she suggests the right response to the media intrusion Harry got is to inflict it on William too. But the thing is that everyone deserves privacy. I understand that. But why can't the royal respect that for Meghan and Harry? Why can't they respect their privacy? This is the thing here. When it comes to privacy, I understand that. But William, what is it when Meghan got into the royal family? One of the things they did something to her phone where she cannot retrieve things to her phone. But for some reason, when she was in communication with Connaught or whatever, whoever, they were able to get her information. Okay, but Meghan couldn't retrieve it. This is how we know of what the things do, the copyright thing. All right, so they were able to get all of her information. Anything she tweeted, in my humble opinion, they were able to see it at their end. But for some reason, if Meghan wanted to retrieve that, she couldn't. They did something to her phone. And this is how the text messages come into court, because Meghan didn't want any of this to be public, but because they took part of it, okay, to claim this is how this went, the letter that Meghan wrote to her father, this is when Meghan said, okay, so if you're gonna bring this portion of our conversation out, make everything public. It didn't come from Meghan. It come from them. They were able to get it. So why are they into Meghan's private conversation? They don't respect that boundary that Meghan and Harry been asking for.
Chance my arm with a cheeky question. A bit like your mother, you are pursued every minute of every day by lots of people trying to take photographs, videoing, recording what you're saying, pushing. How can you possibly have a private life?
Cheeky question. You're right. That is a cheeky question. But Andrew, to be honest with you, sadly, that line between public and private life is almost non-existent anymore, and we will continue to do our best to ensure that there is the line. You know, we are completely aware that we're in a very privileged position, and I will spend the rest of my life, you know, earning that privilege and trying to bring a spotlight onto things and causes that really matter to me, and I hopefully matter to a lot of other people as well. Everyone has a right to their privacy, and you know, a lot of the members of the public get it, but sadly in some areas there is this sort of incessant need to find out every little bit of detail about what goes on behind the scenes. It's unnecessary. You know, I hope that people get to see me here in this Invictus role, you know, cracking on with the guys and mucking in and having a good time with them. And this is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
Shouldn't you have an expectation that you're going to have to lose privacy?
Well, it's two things here.
That's part of the deal.
Two things here. I think everyone has a basic right to privacy. Basic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking about anything that anybody else wouldn't expect. So if you're at work and you have a photograph of your child on your desk and your coworker says, "Oh my gosh, your kid's so cute. That's fantastic. Can I see your phone so I can see all the pictures of your child?" You go, "No, this is the picture I'm comfortable sharing with you." And then if they double down and say, "No, but you already showed me that one, so you have to show me everything." You know what? I'm just going to hire someone to sit in front of your house or hide in the bushes and take pictures into your backyard because you've lost your right to privacy because you shared one image with me.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of the flawed argument and its operating mechanism that they're confusing people to think. I think life is about being able to share our stories and share parts of our lives that you're comfortable with. There's no one who's on Instagram or social media that would say, because I shared this one picture, that entitles you to have my entire camera roll. Go ahead, look through it. No one would want that.
So when it comes to them, if they don't respect other people's privacy, so which means you should not respect theirs. An eye for an eye, that's all. Everybody understand the boundary. The line must not be crossed. But for them, they keep on crossing it. They keep on crossing. This is what gets people so freaking furious about them. Getting into Meghan, specifically Meghan's problem. How were they able to provide those text messages to the court? It wasn't Meghan. Meghan couldn't retrieve it. How were they able to get Meghan's conversation? Okay? But Meghan couldn't retrieve it out of her phone. But they were. Alright, let's see here. If she wrote a book, I will read it. Definitely. Who is she? I want to hear more. She needs to write a book about this. Yep. Alright, Buddha. Okay. So that said, let me squeeze these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them. Alright, so I could finish with that. I don't have to create another one. So I'm sort of done with Meghan and stuff like that. Alright. So let's do a prayer. Prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The mind of God guides me. The life of God flows through me. The law of God directs me. The power of God abides within me. The joy of God uplifts me. The strength of God renews me. The beauty of God inspires me. Wherever I am, God is.